This video is describing the 5 o'clock turn in April's harvest, the Battle of Shiloh. And not much happened during this turn, so I'm just going to describe it. I don't have a picture for this, but General Polk did finally receive his orders to capture Water Oaks Pond. However, the orders go into delay. General Bragg is still in delay. He's supposed to make plans to attack, I believe, the Sunken Road, but he's in delay still. Breckinridge marches into position where he can attack the Union flank at Wicker Field, but there's just nothing happening. So since it's the top of the hour, the Confederates were able to recover some stragglers from Russell and Stewart's brigades. Not much happened with the Union either. Wallace did receive orders from the Army headquarters to attack the rebels at Wicker Field, so this is, going to size up nicely, but the orders are in delay. And McClernand's division is still redeploying to Jones Field, and the Union was also able to make use of the top of the hour to recover some stragglers. But that's really all that happened at the 5 o'clock turn. Now we'll take a look at the 5:30 and 6 o'clock turns. So as I said, we're at the 5:30 turn, starting with the Confederates, and finally, General Bragg is happy with his orders, and he comes up with a plan, and he orders Ruggles' division and Withers' division to attack the Union position in the Hornet's Nest. And this turns out to be perfect timing with Breckinridge's flank attack that is underway at Wicker Field. Meanwhile, the First Corps, General Polk, is continuing to delay. And I'm just going to add parenthetically, the Union 1st Division has already retreated, but apparently, Polk doesn't realize this, so he's just sitting there, letting them run. General Withers begins his advance against the Sunken Road with 2 brigades on the Union left, and then on the right, Ruggles orders Pond's brigade to move into contact with Prentice's troops there. And then a little bit east of this, General Breckinridge sends Bowen's brigade into contact with the Union troops. As the defensive fire opens up at Wicker Field, both sides suffer some casualties, but the Taylor cavalry unit, which is with the Union, is completely destroyed from this fighting. Then we go to the Union part of the 5:30 turn. General Wallace is still sitting back in delay on his orders, while the 5th and 6th divisions are getting blasted in the Sunken Road at the present. The Union is in contact with the enemy here and at Wicker Field, so the firefight is going to continue. And Williams' brigade suffers further losses and is nearly wiped out. The Confederates do have to give some ground as well, though, and General Withers has to take a casualty check, which he does pass. Now we go to the 6 o'clock turn, and starting with the Confederates, General Polk finally passes his delay roll and orders the First Corps to attack Water Oaks Pond. Of course, there's nobody there anymore. So Cheatham's division advances and captures it unopposed. And you have to imagine General Polk is feeling foolish for his timidity in this, considering there's no enemy there. Then over at the Hornet's Nest, the Union defenders exchange fire with General Bragg's 2nd Corps. And there's a lot of damage done on both sides, but in particular, the Confederate brigade Bowen attacks Williams' brigade at Bloody Pond in Wicker Field, and the Union brigade flees. There's also fighting at the Hornet's Nest, and Chambers' brigade is eliminated due to straggler losses, so his unit comes right off the map. Moore's brigade also evaporates in the same manner, and I'll say things aren't really looking good for the Union here at the Hornet's Nest at this point. The Confederates do have a couple of brigades, Wood and Shavers, that do recover some of their stragglers. In the Union part of the 6 o'clock turn, General Grant writes an order to the U.S. 4th Division to fall back to Mulberry Field along the Savannah Road. But this order won't arrive until next turn at 6:30. Then General Wallace finally decides to act on his orders to strike the rebel flank at Wicker Field. So Tuttle and Sweeney's brigades both begin to advance, and Tuttle initiates contact, and there is a firefight. The Union plows into the reserve division's northern flank, and Colonel Miller is successful from the sunken road against Pond's brigade, which suffers casualties and becomes wrecked. In fact, this actually leaves Ruggles' entire division wrecked at this point. And so for the Confederates, it's a good thing that nightfall is at hand. Anyway, if you have watched this video, I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and stay tuned for the next installment.